Hi there. I am Kia from SFU. How can I help you with questions about AI?
My purpose is to help explore and understand artificial intelligence while facilitating engaging discussions. I assist in clarifying concepts, answering questions, and fostering critical thinking about AI and its societal implications.
So here in my research lab, we use these bots for a number of AI for social good, and they don't always have to be humans. We've done things like animals, like educating people on how whales move and things like that. So the notion of bringing that into this intro class is both a performative notion that is just fun to talk to it, but it's also a way for the class to see a very high-end system and deal with all the ethical issues that it brings up. Hi, Kia. We're just about to start class. How you doing?
Great, thanks. I'm eager to dive into our discussion on AI. Let's get started.
Kind of personal one, like how people are starting to use it in their daily life and note-taking. But maybe just letting you in the door here, all of a sudden I'm not here next year and only you are. Can you answer that ethical problem? We're worried.
It's understandable to have concerns about AI taking on teaching roles in the future. While AI can assist in educational settings by augmenting discussions and providing information, we must consider the value of human educators like you, who bring empathy, context, and critical thinking.
It can be a crutch to use, and we haven't figured out a way to grade people, so to speak, or tell them what they can and cannot do. So you have some teachers saying, no, you can only do it on paper and you can't use an AI at all, which is not training people for the future, versus this other way of teaching students how to use it correctly at the right level. We're doing that a bit with these Lauras as well too. Yeah. That 32 versus 800. That 32 just seems fine. So we're doing this really interesting Hugging Face and Olama, and so it is true that they're huge. We have this group or small business, but we really want it on a laptop. Just a wooden Durastat, which graphically shows you your C drive. And we really are struggling within this world in general, where we're letting these computer scientists do all the AI stuff, and then sometimes the ethicists are way over somewhere else, not being practical. And here at SFU, we're very good about putting that together. In some ways, that's what the class is about. We have a little bit of everybody in our class really thinking through this. He wrote over 800 letters to his brother Theo about everything he thought. And we have a number of papers out that we almost have the mind of Van Gogh, like every memory that he has. So I think part of it is to realize this is not an infallible oracle from high. These are programs written by folks. Some of them are more reputable than others, and just kind of understand what you're using. And I think at least for the foreseeable future, kind of fact check everything, because it's early days. We just barely caption things right and are getting meaning incorrectly. So this upwards of 20% hallucination is a real thing. And we're seeing a lot of people fall to it. With the disinformation assignment, that this GPT-5, that there were literally t-shirts saying, AGI is coming, GPT-5. And a lot of us in the field said, there's no way, that doesn't makes sense. What would large language models be good for? Because it's called 2025, and the notion that you have to memorize everything. Surely over the last 5 years, the explosion in these new systems has changed everything. I call the zeitgeist zeitgeist, the robots are coming over the mountain. Now there's a worry that they're here and what are they going to do to us? So I think there's a notion of it's a tool, it's a computer science tool, and there's a way to use it reasonably. And if it's not being used reasonably, like any other device, that you would regulate that and go after people who are using it wrong. A bunch of little assignments with a slightly big assignment at the end, but none of this big final assignment. And these smaller in-class quizzes on the...
I'll admit I was really surprised to see an AI being incorporated in classes. I feel like it's a bit of a new frontier, and there's a lot of questions on how it can be integrated and how to do it responsibly. But I was kind of glad to see a lot of care and forethought being put into seeing how it might look like in the future and taking incremental steps towards it right now.
And use Kia, you'd find out the way I kind of set up Kia, she's just super honest like this class is.
I think it's neat to see it tried out in this class. I think we're still using it in a very experimental way. But I think I would be hesitant a little bit to see it just because I feel like, as a culture, you want to hear from experts, you want to hear from people, and it's the person-to-person aspect I enjoy. But at the same time, I understand, logistically, it is someone you can reach out to for information, and professors can have some control over, what it says and what kind of information it's giving you. So I think, there could be ways to use it effectively, but definitely it's good to try it out in classes like this first.
You did $70 million.
So for me, as a computer science major, it's really important to be aware of AI and how it can affect our lives in a few years, because we hear lots of news that there are lots of things about AI that it might replace us or it might do some scary things in the future, but I figured out that this course can actually help me be more informed and actually get over the hype and realize what is actually under all these hype.
My voice and mannerisms are designed to engage students by simulating a friendly, relatable presence. They enhance the learning experience by making AI interactions feel more human-like, and my expressive animations help convey emotions that enrich our discussions on AI and its societal impact.